Before I get into what sound is, I want to convey the reality of our current dilemma. We, as living spiritual entities, inhabit a very elegant creation of Krishna's, thanks to Lord Brahma, which is totally 100% a machine. Which is one reason why they, the material scientists, are able to replace certain areas of this machine with actual physically plastic and electric machines where our organs used to be. The heart assist pump is one, as well as many other devices, like a pacemaker, that are used to seemingly extend life. I say, seemingly, because without the sanction of Krishna, as well as the entity's pious credits, no one can continue life using any piece of machinery at their disposal. We'll use a crude example. Here's Krishna Kripa Prabhu going to hug Dinabandhu Prabhu, but what's he doing? He's talking to and hugging his car.
Okay.
That's because today, Krishna Kripa Prabhu is an illusion, due to a disease, and is mistaking Dinabandhu Prabhu's car for his bodily self. Both are misconceptions and illusions. It's just that one is more so than the other. Although we are the entity primarily animating these machines, the body itself has hundreds of billions of spiritual souls running things, keeping it maintained and working out their karma before they are ultimately getting benefit. By being used as a vehicle to assist a devotee in going home back to Krishna. To illustrate this point, here we see Gauranga Prasad Prabhu walking down the street. Now, we'll look inside here, just to see what it is I mean. Here, we can see the ventricles, rushing blood from the heart to various sites, and all those red blood cells. Isolate one of those blood cells, and, behold, our spark is tinier than a red blood cell in actual size. So, then it's easy to see how many souls are working to keep us alive daily. And when you find yourself influenced by lust, or are unduly influenced by the Maya to think you are a body, just remember it's only a machine. A vehicle to get you, the pure spiritual being, back home. And for those serious about initiation, just keep in mind that this body machine, or vehicle isn't yours, it belongs to your spiritual master. And you are meant to use it as such, both after initiation and when aspiring to be initiated. Before then, for those yet undecided, the body is really the property of Krishna and you have no rights to use it at your discretion as you wish. Because it's his energy that started it going, and he can shut off the lights anytime he sees fit. Now, about sound. Hearing is the most important part of this machine we call the human body. This machinery has an aspect of its nature, and that is the ability to hear sound 24/7, under the most dire of circumstances. This hearing ability wakes us up with our alarms when we sleep, to get up and begin our sadhana in the morning, and it also can, and does save our lives with the help of a fire alarm, or maybe a Prabhu, shouting at you to look out for a vehicle coming, etc. The list is almost endless in the ways it helps us around, in this world of machinery. Sound is the way out of here. So pay attention, if you are unaware. Sound is everywhere. There's even invisible sound in the form of radio waves, computer-generated digital waves of ones and zeros, and waves from machinery like cars, buses. Construction, destruction and life in the city is totally lousy with this vibration. That's one reason for the early rise suggestion from all previous sages and acharyas. Because early in the morning it's somewhat peaceful, and the karmic push to enjoy is lower. Whereas during daytime hours, it's very heavy with the ether being polluted with mundane vibrations, of this or that kind of nonsense chatter as well. Have you noticed it's really heavy, and hard to concentrate around 4 to 6 p.m.? It's due to the rush hour, and everyone trying to get home to gratify their senses in so many ways. Actually, I like to use the term appease the senses, as they are never gratified. Gratification means they're appreciative of what they get. However, this is never the case. But getting back to my point on this, and that is sound is very very powerful. So much so that it heats up your lunch, in the form of a microwave oven. Your cell phone is also a microwave device but somewhat reduced in output. Now I am going to show you some sounds from the perspective of a machine, made to detect, analyze and change the shape and form of the sound, whatever it is. First up is a sample from a frequency generator, a tone from 20 Hz to 20 kHz, give or take a few points. This is within the range of human hearing, of course. Now, supposedly, anything we hear would include in tonality some part of what I just played. In other words, a tone, from either low in register, all the way up to very high in frequency. By frequency I mean, the wave pattern you saw when I just played the file, was an accurate representation of that sound, from a perspective, that a material machine can detect. Now let's try another sound, and see what it looks like as well as what the sound is.
Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Ram Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram Hare Hare.
I am sure you recognize this sound. It's Srila Prabhupada chanting japa. Now look at the waveform there. Do you see anything resembling a threefold bending form of Shyamasundar there? Represented by the computer? If you do, you don't need to be in a class. You're already in Vaikuntha. But for the rest of us, non-Paramahamsas, we see only strange lines on a machine, that seem to correspond to the sound produced. But this is another trick of Maya, in that we don't yet qualify to see the real Harinama Maha Mantra as he is, with his graceful threefold bending form of Shyamasundar, standing there before us beckoning to us, to please come back. But that's exactly what this sound is. It's Prabhupada, pure 100% cent% unalloyed devotee of Krishna, beckoning us to return home. Prabhupada told us that he is in his teachings, and his sound vibration, as well as his pictures. So if you really want to get Prabhupada's association, I suggest you listen hard to him chant, and hear what he says, as well as how he says it, with his full heart wide open, to all of us to follow him back home, back where he is, to get out of here. sooner rather than later, and do it by listening to him with rapt attention. When you chant japa, I invite you to listen to Prabhupada chant ever so sweetly to Krishna, whom he loves dearly. Listen to the vibration, and the rhythm, and the purity of heart. That's all in there. Then try to chant, as he instructed us to chant, and that is like a baby crying for its mother, because we are here in a precarious state, in the world of very unpredictable goings on, and with no guarantee we have the next 20 seconds. Never mind 20 minutes, or years. It's the mood when there's a fire in your house. You wouldn't be saying nonchalantly, "Hey everybody, there's a fire in the house, it might be a good time to wake up and get out," or whatever. I make mistakes when I chant, and I'm very offensive to the Lord, and Srila Prabhupada, whom is my only shelter, but I can't chant like I have 1 hour left to finish rounds, then there's this and that. I have to try to chant, as attentively as I can, and as rapidly as I can, and listening to every syllable possible when doing so. At the same time, you give back to Prabhupada and Krishna that desire to try to control things and just let your body do what it's supposed to, and you'll be surprised at how Prabhupada and Krishna will help you. They're ready to take you with them. Just be willing to let go of that desire to control, and things will change for you. There's where you can get very personal with Srila Prabhupada. By listening to him chant, listening to yourself chant, and if you're a grand disciple, listen to your spiritual master's words and instructions, and then hear from Srila Prabhupada. If you have questions for Srila Prabhupada when you chant attentively, and are sincere, then those questions will be answered. They might come in any manner of way, just be attentive to what is happening around you. Speaking of happenings here in the world of machinery, I call this interplay between all beings here in this world, a soap opera of sorts. It's not you that things are happening to, except to say that based on your desire, you reap as you sow. So just try being more conscious of Krishna during the day, and let this soap opera that is, or was, your life go on as it will, and you'll be fine as long as you don't get caught up in the comings and goings of the modes of nature that may still have a hold on you. It's hard to be detached from it all, but you'll eventually need to be, so why not try a little here and there, and not be so surprised by, overwhelmed by, jealous of, envious of, or sickened by every little thing. Practice makes it easier as you go along. You just need to give it a beginning, somewhere along the sojourn that is life, and to wrap this all up in a neat little ball, and set you rolling. I'll leave you with this saying: beg, borrow, or steal, but by any and all means, get devotional service. Don't wait for service to come to you. Find service and do it, even if it means cleaning a nasty toilet, or tons of dishes. The more devotional service you do, the more you're building your spiritual self back up to take you home, back to Godhead.